Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matt Horkey. We're shooting again from my parents' house here in Michigan. It's freezing outside, much to Shireen's dismay. It's about, I think, let me see what to convert in Celsius, probably about -2 outside. So it's the perfect temperature to wrap up, hence the hoodie, and drink a bottle of red. So I am very excited about this show today because we're going to talk about a varietal that Shireen absolutely loves. I'm not as big a fan, but I'm open to trying it. We're talking about, if you're American or you're not French, you'll say Cabernet Franc. The correct name is Cabernet Franc. It actually is the parent of Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc got together, had a wild one-night stand, and all of a sudden Cabernet Sauvignon came out. So this is a famous, Cabernet Franc is used in Bordeaux, used as one of the grapes in the blending process, and Shireen absolutely loves it. It's known as a blending grape, but there are some wines that are just made strictly with Cabernet Franc. One of our favorites, or when I first actually enjoyed it, we were in Armenia, and we were at a tasting, and this winemaker had a couple of wines, and one of his wines was a Cabernet Franc Reserve, and it was pretty darn good. Now I'm shooting myself for not thinking about doing this show when we were doing that trip going through Armenia, tasting all the wines, going through the vineyards, but I guess you live and learn a little bit. Shireen has become fascinated with this varietal, so I got this specifically for her so she could give it a try, and I'm interested in it. This is a Cabernet Franc Reserve 2012. It's called Barboursville Vineyards. Excuse me, it's from Virginia, here in the USA. So Virginia, for those that don't know the geography of the U.S. very well, it's on the East Coast. It's Washington, D.C. basically connects to Virginia, is adjacent. Now, it's on the East Coast. Doesn't get super hot, not a super long growing season, but they are becoming famous for making, or they're becoming good because they're making some solid Cabernet Francs and some solid Viognier wines. So I wanted to give this go. This one's highly touted. I think one of the vintages, Wine Spectator gave it a high 80-point score, like 89 points. This wine is unscored, and I have not tried it yet. So let's give this a whirl. I've got 2 glasses, one for me and Shireen. You excited?
I am very excited.
Okay, let's give this. Wow, as I pour it already, a really nice color. I'm actually, among the international accepted standards of making good wines, high scores, usually the higher scored wines are real dark colored wines. I actually prefer a little bit, to be able to see a little bit. I like more of a ruby color. I'm going to pass this to you right here. So you're not going to be able to see this, but I can see my fingers through it. It's like a it's in between a purple and ruby color. It's a little bit lighter on the edges. This wine is aged 12 months in French oak. Let's give it a little smell. Now, right away I can tell you I'm very impressed with this nose. Usually Cabernet Franc are known to have a more vegetal nose. I'm talking about bell pepper is a common aroma that comes out of this. If the camera's shaking, it's a little bit because I can see Shireen, she's smiling over there, enjoying this wine. So I'm actually picking up, this smells a little Bordeaux-esque to me. I'm getting a little bit of cherry, actually a lot of cherry, a little bit of blackberry, a little bit of dirt. I'm getting very little vegetal notes. Shireen, do you pick up any of those vegetal notes?
Like in the first sniff, it's all vegetable to me, but it's becoming calm as you swirl it.
Yeah, it becomes a little more fruit. So I'm going to give this a taste. I'm really impressed with this nose right away, especially from a wine from Virginia. I think this smells very old world, which I'm a big fan of. I do not get a lot of vanilla. Let's give this a little taste. Wow. So, to me, when I smell this wine, I got a lot more of the fruit So a lot more Cabernet Sauvignon than a Cabernet Franc. When I tasted it, that's when I really tasted vegetables. The fruit was not as pronounced. It was a lot more vegetal. The alcohol may be just a tinge bit high, but the wine, the tannins are still very smooth. It's long. I can still taste it a little bit as I'm talking to you. Shireen, you feel this? You feel the same way?
The taste is still in my mouth. I think it's been more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's. I think this is. I'm very impressed. This is not a cheap. This is not an inexpensive wine. It's $29.99, and I had to do some searching to find it. I'm still tasting it as I'm talking to you. This is hold on. This is pretty impressive for the first American wine I've had outside of the big three states of California, Washington, Oregon.
You know, the only thing that I think is lacking in this is the olive smell.
Yeah. You don't get this
I'm
tastes.
tasting it a little bit.
This tastes a lot like I think episode 19 I did a Chinese wine, a Bordeaux blend called Grace Vineyards, and this tastes a lot like this. This tastes a lot to me like a cool year in Bordeaux, a cool vintage in Bordeaux. Very solid wine. And I just opened this. We haven't decanted. I would say this is a 90-point wine for my palate. I think it's pretty darn... I think it's impressive. If you're a wine person, you want to impress people, you have a talking point, bring a Virginia wine to the party. I think you'll get people interested in a big hurry. Well, this video was a bit longer because I ranted on. I was actually really impressed with the wine. I'm going to do more and more of these videos where I actually taste the wine for the first time on camera. I hope you liked it. Throw some comments down on the video box. I've been getting more and more views, but I haven't been getting as many comments, so throw some comments in there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel, and I'll see you in the next video.